Kilometer crochet, day 117, Rissers Beach to Yarmouth.
Ooh, she got stuck in her sweater. Anyway, here we are at Rissers Beach campground, and we start the day with some exercise. It's nice being active first thing in the morning, I'll admit. You start off the day with an accomplishment, kind of. Anyway, after that, we fill our water, and we should have done this first because it's taking forever. So, to use time wisely, Rebecca is going to fill a chip in our windshield. Not the important one, though. While she does that, I cook brunch. Today, we're having pumpkin soup again. I cut all the pumpkin already, so it's going to be easy. Yay! The hardest part about this dish is actually cutting the pumpkin. You need a pretty good knife. And then you just boil everything together, add soy sauce, fish sauce, chicken bouillon, and an egg, and you're good. It's a really nice soup, but it's very pumpkin dependent. A bad pumpkin will make or break the dish. After we eat, we set off to empty our grey water. I think this is the best dump we've ever used. So clean. Then we go across the road to the beach. As the campground is called Rissers Beach, there is a beach. And whoa, it's nice. The beach part is so wide and flat. This is Beanie's favorite type of terrain, if I were to guess. And I guess ours too. When you see such flatness, doesn't it just make you want to run? We stay here a little bit. Beanie has a blast running around. It just makes us so happy to see her so free. Beanie, I hope you know you're one lucky dog. Alright, after that we set off again. Today we're making the drive to Shelburne just to check it out. Nova Scotia is dotted with small towns and we're just making around. And I think it's nice that we're here in October. Everyone is so festive with their decorations. One fact about Shelburne is that after the American Revolution, loyalists to the British Empire fled and settled here. So that's why there's a loyalist flag on the signs. And they have this fun large chairs to sit on. It's kind of slippery and thus acts like a mini backward slide. We then walk back to the van and set off again to Yarmouth for some errands. We're here at Canadian Tire to pick up some things and then the gas station for gas and windshield fluid. Then we drive again to Cape Forchu. Before walking around, today Rebecca is cooking dinner. She is making udon soup. We love udon noodles. They are our favorite noodles. So chewy. We put seaweed, bok choy, some pork slices, and egg. For the broth, Rebecca likes a simple dashi, but I like to add miso for more flavor. Now that I think about it, I put miso in a lot of things that miso doesn't typically go in. Udon is one of the dishes I made regularly when I was in school, and I always add sriracha for more flavor, like spicy. While eating, we watched the new season of Love is Blind. This is the only reality show that I will admit that I like to watch. Okay, let's go outside. From a sign, we learned that in 1604, Samuel de Champlain explored this area and called it Cape Forchu, meaning forked tongue of land, and that the lighthouse here was first lit in 1840. We also learned that tuna is fished here and is flown to Japan to be made into sushi. And also in November, there's dumping day. It's to signal the start of the lobster season when all the boats dump their lobster traps into the water. Before the boats leave the harbor in the early morning of dumping day, communities will gather to see them off and bless them. I want to eat lobster right now. But instead, I get to eat this rose hip that is edible and used in teas, wines, and jams, according to this other sign. They say don't believe everything you see, but I taste it anyway. Tastes like a sour cooked apple/tomato. Not particularly great. Then we see this big boat coming into the harbor. I zoom up and it says CAT, Nova Scotia and Maine. So I'm going to go ahead and guess it's a ferry between Nova Scotia and Maine. It's actually going so fast. After that, we drive to our sleeping spot for the night. So today we drove a total of 230 kilometers, so that would be 23 brown stitches and 77 green stitches to represent how many kilometers we drove today.
See you next time on... See you next time on...